Dave Rennie has released his side for the second test of this greatest rivalry tour, taking place in Cape Town this Saturday. There are a couple of injury force changes up front, with the pack going through a bit of a reshuffle, and Leroy Carter earning a starting spot due to a couple of good showings in this tour. This is a really good looking team. In my opinion, probably the strongest 15 that they've put out this whole greatest rivalry tour. And getting one up on the Springboks this past weekend, they are going into this game with their confidence sky high. But before we get into the teams, please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button. I am looking to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this greatest rivalry tour. And let me know what you think about this side Dave Rennie put out down in the comments below. Right, let's see how they line up this Saturday. In your front row, George Bauer, Cody Taylor, and Tara Lomax as the front row, with George Bauer coming in for Ethan de Groot, who is currently still going under the HRA precautionary checks, with Fabian Holland and Tupu Vai as the lock pairing. Now, Fabian Holland started in the number 5 jumper on Saturday, and he shifts over to that 4 lock position, with Tupu Vai coming in at number 5. Last week, we saw him play at number 6, and damn, he did a job. That offload to, I believe it was Josh Morby for that first try. Silky skills. So excited to see how he goes with the loose trio of Simon Parker, Luke Jacobson, and Adi Savia. Luke Jacobson had a cracker of a game on Saturday. He was everywhere, slowing down that ruck, getting turnover ball, proper defensive unit, and we all know what we got with Adi Savia. Strong running, captain courageous, and just being an absolute menace on Saturday. The halfback pairing of Cam Roygaard and Ruben Love go unchanged as they take on the Boks for a second time, with Jordy Barrett and Quinn Tupaia also going unchanged in the midfield. Your back three, Leroy Carter, Will Jordan, and Damian McKenzie. Now, Leroy Carter, like I said, has been rewarded with the starting spot after doing really well on this tour. And he has got a couple of games against the Springboks. I believe it was last year. We also scored a couple of tries, and that guy is blitz. With his sevens background, he knows how to avoid contact. He's an elusive runner, and the man has got gas to burn. Damian McKenzie also had a good game on Saturday. He made a couple of good line breaks, decent in the air. We all know he's a dangerous player if he shows up on the night. On the bench, Dave Rennie decided to go for a 5-3 split, which is quite the norm for the All Blacks, especially with their style of play. Running it from everywhere, good skills, and looking to stretch and catch the Springboks rush defense off guard. He's gone with Asafa Mua, Xavier Numia, and Fletcher Newell as the replacement front row, with Fletcher Newell also having a solid game on Saturday. Patrick Tuipulotu and Peter Lakai will be the loose forward lock replacements. Patrick Tuipulotu did play on Tuesday against the Lions, and he'll also just bring off that experience off the bench. Peter Lakai is brilliant. Great runner. He's got such good skills. Hard to bring down. And I think him coming on in the second half will really test the Boks. Kyle Preston, Anton Leonard-Brown, and Josh Morby are your backline replacements. And again, Josh Morby had a cracker of a game on Saturday, scored a couple of tries, and Anton Leonard-Brown is just a beast. With 91 caps to his name, he's got all the experience in the world. He knows how to play against the Boks, and he will surely bring it on Saturday. This game is going to be something different. I definitely feel the Springboks are hurting after last week's game, and going down 33-16 in a game that was so hyped up and expecting to be won by the Boks. I mean, I was convinced that they were going to win. I definitely think that the Boks did play the better game. Their handling errors just completely destroyed them. And we cannot afford to have so many errors in such dangerous positions against a team like the All Blacks. They thrive on turnover ball. They are so good to get that ball out to the wide channels and to their speedsters. They've just got brilliant rugby IQ. So they'll definitely punish us if we make the same amount of mistakes like we did at Ellis Park. Looking at the weather forecast, it doesn't look terrible, but it is going to be a lot different than Joburg. They are forecasting a bit of cloud. I see some rain, but being in Cape Town for the last 2 decades of my life, the weather forecast means absolutely nothing. It says there'll be an 80% chance of rain. You walk outside, it's sun shining. It says there's going to be 65% chance of rain with lightning. It'll probably just be cloudy. Wind can play a factor. DHL Stadium does swirl the wind, so that will be a challenge for them. And with the Boks going with Andre Pollard, I'm so keen to see that battle against Ruben Love. Ruben Love showed what he can do in terrible conditions in Durban, where he was, I believe, 100% off the tee. His distribution was good. He makes late decisions, so he really takes the ball up to the defensive line and gets it out to the supporting runner, with Cam Roegard calling the shots. Cam Roegard has been brilliant. I mean, that guy is a absolute gem of a scrum half. Jordy Barrett and Quinta Paya are a great center field combination, with Jordy Barrett being that general in defense for the All Blacks. He really did a good job on Saturday, keeping the Boks at bay, and I'm sure he'll do the same in Cape Town. Will Jordan, we have to shut that guy down. Oh my word, he cannot score another try. Bliksem. Like I said in my other video as well, if there's a rugby game, Will Jordan's playing, he's going to score a try. It's one of those things that just is. Flip, we have to shut him down. I definitely think the Springboks have learned from their mistakes from last week. It's definitely something that was fixable. I'm sure they've worked this whole week making sure to hold on to the ball, not to get strip tackled. That is something that Rassie did mention that he wasn't expecting. They were expecting chop tackles, low hard shots, and they came out and just ripped balls left and right. So fingers crossed that will be sorted out. But the scary thing is that the All Blacks have got massive room for improvement. If everything clicks for them, it's going to be a long night for the Boks. But as we all know, my bloed is groen. I do see the Boks coming with a massive retaliation. In Cape Town, I think the vibes are going to be different. There is a massive All Black support structure in Cape Town. So the atmosphere at the DHL Stadium is going to be wild. I am so excited. I will be at the game. This will be my first ever Springbok game. And I feel so blessed for it to be the Springboks versus the All Blacks. The greatest game in rugby. The greatest rivalry. What more do you want? So I'm very excited to see how that goes. Better believe I will definitely be bringing the noise during the haka, not meaning any disrespect by it, but just backing my boys to the death. Let's go Boks. Dave Rennie has named a solid team here. This is going to be an absolute epic game, and I cannot wait to see the Boks walk out victors. Woo! Thanks so much for watching along. Give this video a like, and please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you on the next one. Come on, die Bokke!